No, my minor, I take it back. My minor is that Mike is running a turkey trot tomorrow.
It has nothing to do with you. Stop acting so... That's my minor. How personal you've taken it. Like, this has nothing to do...
I don't want us to have future kids.
I didn't ask you
and you try to convince them to go run a 5K on Thanksgiving.
I didn't ask you to be there. I even said... if the future that arrives, and I'm only doing this because I'm doing it with friends. This is a collective thing. If I continue to do this years from now or whatever, I will not be extending any invites. It will just be you can come if you want, and I have told you that. Okay. So that is a big minor that you are taking this so personally. I didn't even ask you to be there. Didn't even ask you to wake up. This has literally nothing to do with you. By the time I'll get back, you'll probably just be getting up. You probably don't even know. You won't even know I've been gone. So, yes, that's a big minor. Let that go. Hey, howdy, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Mike's Monday Jams, the official podcast for music appreciators everywhere. Today we're going to be talking about the song Blue Suede Shoes by Mr. Elvis Presley. Let's get it.
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but stay over my blue suede shoe.
Monday, December 1st, first one of December, second to last episode of the year for us. So mark your calendars. Second to last episode of the year. Well, we have to make an amendment to last week's episode right at the start. You see an MC on the track. In the discussion of Thanksgiving jams, we forgot to include, and Gigi made sure to let us know we forgot to include 5 pounds of possum. Quite a banger.
Yeah, 5 pounds of possum in my headlights tonight. Mm-hmm. And that was what they're going to have for Thanksgiving. She was very adamant that this was a song we should have discussed.
Yes.
Seemingly, in her eyes, as the best Thanksgiving song. Best? I'm not sure.
And I believe she said well requested as well.
Yeah.
Widely requested.
But you gotta please her.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, talk about just cooking up some roadkill, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Lord putting it right in front of you.
I feel like the possum would have a lot of little bones, so, you know. Yuck.
I don't know.
Yuck.
I don't know what that would taste like. Ugh.
Gamey.
Anyway. Yeah, probably pretty gamey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's 5 pounds of possum in my headlights tonight. If I can run them over, everything will be alright. We'll have some possum gravy, oh what a wonderful sight. There's 5 pounds of possum in my headlights tonight.
Last week I forgot to reminisce on the Spongebob movie's 21st anniversary, the OG one.
It can drink now.
Is it? You can. You know, of course, lots of bangers in there.
Oh
Goofy
my goodness.
Goober Rock, among others. So, what a film, a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, truly! All bubble blowing double babies will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied man in the bar. Very inclusive.
I didn't realize that there's another. Well, I knew about it, but I didn't realize it was coming so soon. There's another SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, it looked kind of funny.
In December. Yeah, different art style, a little more.
Well, that's what they have used for a couple of the newer things.
I think so. Yeah. But Ice Spice is in this one.
Yeah, and she is a character in it. And then the character looks like her.
Yeah, and I believe
a little Cabbage Patch doll.
Yes. So check that out in December. It's called The SpongeBob Movie: The Search for SquarePants. So yeah. Pointed out to me by listener Christina this week. Now, I'm not an Avett Brothers fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I guess she recently read some book by Colleen Hoover.
Yes.
Colleen Hoover. Called Slammed. And each of the chapters begins with a lyric from an Avett Brothers song, which I thought was cool. A cool concept. Again, not necessarily big fan of that type of stomp and holler.
Yeah, no. Nor are we fans of Colleen Hoover.
No. I don't even really know who that is. But,
She's the woman that wrote the book that movie that Blake Lively and that Justin Baldoni man have been fighting over in court for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. So
the
like
movie that's about
romanticy?
flowers and domestic violence. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like romance books, but then they're supposed to have meetings that are more serious to them. And you can read whatever you want. I'm not judging you for reading, but if you're reading Colleen Hoover, you gotta like be self-aware of what you're reading, I guess.
Yes. I just people send me stuff out. I want to talk about it. I mean, they take the time out of their day to bring up something music related. I'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the SpongeBob movie, obviously I found the reel on the SpongeBob account the other day, but even Jessie Cobble slid up. She said, "Oh, you got to talk about that on the podcast." Lots of submissions at the.
I'm down to talk about the SpongeBob movie. What's your favorite SpongeBob song that besides Goofy Goober Rock?
The stadium anthem.
Does that count? Does Sweet Victory count?
No, not Sweet Victory.
Oh.
The Jellyfish stadium anthem. Yes.
That is a banger.
I'd say that one. What about you?
Well, now that you bring that up, that is quite a banger. What about the best time to wear a striped sweater?
Another classic.
Is all the time.
Another classic for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
The fun song.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That I mean, that is like that's iconic.
Same with Rip Pants.
Mm-hmm. Ripped his pants.
When Big Larry came in just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown, and no girl ever wants to dance with a fool down. Ripped his pants.
Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling. You ever hear that remix on?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you have. I think of
What's
it every time. It's like putting it with whatever that song is. Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down.
With a fool who went and ripped his pants. Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down.
Not coming to mind off
God,
the top.
sorry.
Another Billboard pointless list dropped that probably nobody asked for. I guess, end of the year, people just thinking they need to put things in a list. It was top 50 rock bands of all time.
Oh.
I actually think that the top 5 is kind of spot on. Or I would think that, I don't know. It makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's number 1 is the Beatles, 2 is the Rolling Stones, 3 Led Zeppelin, 4 Pink Floyd, and 5 Queen.
All right, yeah.
In terms of 5 rock bands, the first 5 that come to mind for you, probably those 5.
Yeah.
I ain't got no qualms with that.
I'm down with that.
But
any glaring omissions that you noticed?
It's hard. I don't know. There was, I didn't have any other crazy observations about it. Just that it was a thing.
Okay.
I mean, the heart is 17.
That's vile.
So,
okay.
U2 at 7. There you go.
U2 being in the top 10 is so foul.
They did that for you.
Ugh, that's gross. Oasis is 46.
Hell yeah, bro.
You
know, I was honestly kind of just locked in on the top 10.
I love Paramore.
Mm-hmm.
Paramore being the 31st best rock band of all time is pretty outrageous.
Paramore outranking the Eagles? Now that's crazy.
That is wrong. I can't believe
I didn't even notice that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I do really like Paramore, but that is crazy.
No Doubt above Oasis? I don't know.
That's also crazy. Love to see Oasis beat out the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but
if only Blur was on there.
Blur
Beat
would
out
never. Blur would never.
Yeah, interesting list.
I'm down. The top 5 is good.
But speaking of Oasis, they wrapped up their Live in 25 tour this past week.
Mike just started scrolling on his Instagram.
No,
there.
I was putting it away.
You did a little.
It looked like somebody was posting about a dead dog, and it's not. Damn. Get off my back. I was just making sure nobody's dogs were dead.
Bro got a scroll while hosting his own podcast.
Yes, the Live in 25 tour has come to a complete. That was 41 shows across 5 continents.
41?
Playing to over 2.8 million people, and it's said to have generated over $1 billion in revenue.
Well, did they not? They didn't go to Australia?
Yeah, they did.
What continent did they miss? I mean, Antarctica, but what's the other one? Because there are 7 continents.
There are 7 continents.
And they went to North America. They went to South America. They went to Europe.
They didn't go to Africa.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't mean to forget Africa. I'm so sorry.
Bro, Shakira's coming after you.
I blessed the rains down there.
You forgot about Africa? Shakira's coming after you.
They could have gone to, like, Johannesburg.
Cape Town. But, yeah, over $1 billion.
Oasis in Chad.
A very successful business endeavor by those stats. The tour video director, his name is John Shrimpton, which Shrimpton in the name is awesome.
Awesome.
He revealed in an Instagram post in the past couple of days that essentially that a lot of this stuff was well in the works before they had even announced it last year.
Well, I would think so.
Yeah, I don't.
You got to be pretty prepared that you know you can do it before you start telling people you're going to.
I don't know if I'm too surprised by that. I'm surprised that it didn't get leaked. Yeah. Like, there had to have been some real
serious big, NDAs going on. Serious
hush-hush. Because, yeah, I feel like it was impossible to note it being leaked anywhere. You know?
The only things that got leaked was, like, after they announced it, like, where they were going to go and stuff. But some of it was wrong. Like, it said it was they were going to go to Gillette. Yeah. That never happened.
Yes, indeed. But they are pausing for a moment of reflection, and they have teased at going back out, doing something next year.
Well, so brother, you going to make that much money? I mean, you going to do it again.
I did see some Twitter feed or thread with Liam Gallagher and some fans that were, saying that they were speculating the band was working on new material, and Liam was like, nah, F that. Like, I'm not one of those geezers that feels like they need new material to keep going. Like, he's like, there's so many classics we didn't play.
Like my shit already. Yeah. You don't need any more.
Essentially, he was like, there's so much more stuff we could have played, like, and didn't. So,
yeah. And that is one thing. It's like, if they, if and seemingly win, they do it again. Like, obviously, like, this show, it was so big. It was like, everyone, like, wanted the experience. So it's kind of like, it, because it was, like, so big and so hard to go to, it kind of made sense that, like, and was probably for the best that everything was the same every time. Yeah. Because it's like, you won't want to miss the experience that someone else got.
It needed to be repeatable.
But it need, like, to do it again, it's like, then it needs to, like, more of, like, a regular tour.
Yep.
Like, not the exact same thing, and definitely at least not this, like, not Live 25 again.
Yep.
It needs to be different.
My logistics brain really wishes somebody would, maybe from their production team, post a video about the logistics of all of it. Because, I mean, wow, what a...
They, like, asked people from F1 to help.
Yeah, for real.
How do you guys do this?
They're tagging in DHL, No, I
used to think DHL was fake.
Why?
I don't know. I used to think, like, anytime that, like, I ordered something and it's coming through DHL, I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to get that. I think it probably did. It must have happened to me once or twice that, like, maybe, and then I remember, literally, this was probably only a couple years ago, I realized that, like, it is a legitimate delivery service. Because I remember seeing them in Manhattan, like, storefronts, and being like, I thought that was, like, Alibaba, like, you're never going to get that. And then I was like,
Wow.
oh, that's like actually like a worldwide delivery service.
Wonder how many other people think that. And that's probably not good for business.
Well, I think that their business is more about worldwide than it is about bringing it to America.
More about worldwide, and definitely more, I think, over in Europe for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we've got Elvis to talk about. We got the king of rock and roll
Whoa,
to talk about
mama.
today. Whoa, mama.
Mama, oh, mama, they trapped me in the orb. Not again, mama. Well, well.
I'm stuck in the orb. We alluded to it in a previous episode, but we are officially moving home to Memphis in this month, December 2025, in the month of our Lord, December 2025. So it's time to talk about the king of rock and roll, and to talk about Memphis, because we have not really done that. So we're going to be talking about the king today, Mr. Elvis Aaron Presley, born in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Elvis Aaron Presley.
Yes, that's right. Received a guitar for his either 10th or 11th birthday and started getting lessons from two uncles and his pastor. His family didn't move up to the Memphis area until he was about 13. And he was pretty sure music was going to be his thing.
He was right.
By the end of high school.
That
Although
and
I
drugs.
think in 8th grade he failed his music class famously.
Oh.
Had a lot of doubters. He was also very shy about singing in front of people for a while. But obviously
He got over
that. And we'll of course talk about that shyness and how it resulted in something pretty iconic here in a second. But he first checked into a Memphis recording service for some studio time. He would tell you that he was just recording 2 songs for his mom. He also wanted to see how he sounded in some studio time and what that equipment could do for him. But a man by the name of Sam Phillips, who was Mr. Sun Records in charge of all that, he also owned MRS, or Music Recording Service, or Memphis Recording Service. And so people thought Elvis had intentions of trying to get his attention, which worked. And all these things could be true at the same time.
Yeah.
At the time of him getting some initial studio time, and Sam brought on Elvis because Sam was looking to provide a broader audience and a bigger audience to a lot of music of Southern black musicians at the time. He was trying to expand the reach, and he thought Elvis was a good candidate for that. So paired him with Winfield Scotty Moore and Bill Black, and they were a trio for a little bit, and they of course acquired a drummer not too far after. But the trio performed at the Shell. Ever heard of it?
I've heard of
Live
it.
at Shell. And the crowd went nuts when Elvis started to shake a bunch on the stage,
Whoa, mama.
including his famous rubber legs. And what inspired Forrest Gump, and he often stated that was a way for him to shake out his nervousness on performing on stage. He was very shy.
That's why I'm shivering, you guys. I'm so shy to be on camera.
Yeah.
I'm just really cold.
That's what it is. So of course that iconic shaking, rattling, and rolling on stage would be a trademark move of early rock and roll, and definitely Elvis himself as an artist. But within that first year of being an artist under Sam Phillips, he had a small contract with Sam, but the label RCA Victor bought the contract off of Sam Phillips. And they bought it for about $40,000 in 1950s money, which is like over $400,000 in today's money. Wow. But it proved to be a pretty successful endeavor for RCA Victor, because in that first year they had him, had his contract, they sold over 10 million singles.
Wow.
Just in 1 year, in 1956. But Elvis is obviously credited with being a pioneer of rock. He has sold over 500 million records worldwide. In his career. Won 3 Grammys. He even got the Lifetime Grammy Achievement Award at age 36.
Wow, getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at 36. Wow.
That's crazy. I got 10 years, you got 11, so we'll make it work.
Gotta get it together. I have not been drafted yet to a professional sports league. Not to war. That's not what I meant.
Well,
I gotta do that. I gotta be in a movie. I gotta start a business. I gotta get a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award.
well, speaking of drafted, Elvis was drafted in the late 50s, so salute to service. But he was also a film star, obviously lots of Vegas residencies, among other accolades and achievements. And he did unfortunately die on the toilet.
He did. Famously.
At
on
the age
shitter.
of 42, yes. So very, very short-lived, unfortunately. A lot of what could have been, and a lot of, leaving a lot of Elvis impersonators very, very, very upset when he died on the toilet.
Well, I don't know. I think the impersonators came
Inspired
afterwards.
after.
Yeah, I think they came afterwards when there was no more him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't die of constipation. He died of the thing that caused the constipation, aka drugs. And the drugs, those type of drugs, opioids, they stop you up.
They do.
So that's why he was on the crapper. And then next thing you know, they took him. The drugs, they took him. R.I.P.
Whoa, mama.
But yeah.
My tummy doesn't feel so good. So big rip to Elvis. Of course, his estate lives on in Memphis, Tennessee, at Graceland, of which they've done so much work in the past, decade or so of boosting it up. There's a venue there now and everything, so it's gotten quite the boost to the property. The album, though, his debut album, self-titled Elvis Presley, came out in March of '56. Talk about some 50s gold. You know what I mean? Spent 10 weeks at number one. It was the first rock and roll album to top the charts.
Wow.
And the first rock and roll album to sell 1 million copies as well.
Wow.
So a little bit of a fun fact. I'm sure that would show up on Jeopardy at some point, So there you go. But yeah, started with RCA Victor acquiring Elvis off of Sam Phillips from Sun Records for a very, very pretty price. But
yeah, that's a steal. $400K.
Clearly, it worked out. But he was thankfully able to bring a lot of previously unreleased material while he was under Sam Phillips to this album, because earlier in '56 he had like 3 or 4 TV appearances. And the label really wanted him to capitalize off of all that attention. So they kind of had to like throw an album together pretty quickly. But part of the contract, he was allowed to use some of the stuff he had already kind of laid down. So that's how they were able to throw something together so quickly. But the cover features him, a shot of him mid-performance from Tampa, Florida. Also inspired the cover of London Calling by The Clash.
Oh, duh.
With the pink and green lettering and live performance, obviously. Clash, a little bit different type of performance featured on the cover, but was it's inspired that for sure.
Okay.
But let's talk about the Blue Suede Shoes. First recorded and written by Mr. Carl Perkins in '55, often considered as one of the first rockabilly songs. So that style of music to incorporate some country western, some rhythm and blues, some pop. That was a pretty trademark style of the decade. Johnny Cash believed he planted the seed for Carl to write the song. Quoted that there was an airman by the name of C.V. White that Johnny Cash met while serving in World War II. And C.V. White used to refer to his airman shoes as his blue suede shoes, and that no one should scuff or step on them. Like, he was very particular about his uniform, But Perkins replied famously to that comment, because Johnny was like, you should write a song about shoes. Like, I had this guy. He was very particular about his shoes. And Perkins was like, I don't know anything about shoes. I'm going to write a song about shoes. But there's another legend that Perkins was playing a dance, and he saw a guy, like, push a girl off because she had scuffed his blue suede shoes.
Bitch.
Well, Perkins remembers, like, seeing that interaction and being like, I can't believe this guy is more focused on his shoes than this pretty lady that's right in front of him.
Okay, maybe that's a better take.
So it's probably an amalgamation of all of those stories combined into one. But pretty fun backstory nonetheless. Perkins' version did reach number 1 on the Memphis charts, stayed there for 3 months. So this is a deeply rooted Memphis jam.
Nice.
So it makes perfect sense that we're discussing it today in reference to our return back to the 901. And at one point, Perkins' version was being shipped out at a rate of 20,000 units a day on singles. So, I mean, it was very popular. Of course, none of that would amount to Elvis's version. Unfortunately, Elvis just, really ran with the success, trailing in the coattails and then creating his own by surpassing Carl. Perkins, quote, said he had everything in reference to Elvis. He had the looks, the moves, the manager, and the talent. Elvis was hitting them with them sideburns, flashy clothes, and no ring on the finger. I had 3 kids. So buzzkill to have 3 kids in the business. But Carl Perkins would become more known for songwriting after his success with Blue Suede Shoes. It's also the first country song to sell 1 million copies and reach over to the rhythm and blues and pop charts. So the first country song to branch out into other charts and genres. It's also the first Sun Records recording to have reached that milestone as well. So that's Carl Perkins' version as well. Elvis was reluctant to record it. He didn't want to take from the success with Carl. He was trying to be a nice guy. But the management insisted that he record it, and Elvis wanted to hold off for a little bit, waited for the success to kind of die down. And I think Carl Perkins famously got into a really bad car accident too. And so that was like further motivation for Elvis wanted to like pay tribute to him, but also support him, because it's like, if I get successful at this, you're going to get some money. So kind of a nice little endeavor there, and obviously it gives Carl Perkins a lot of cash and a lot of notoriety for the song, with it taking off. But yes, Elvis took it on national TV 3 separate times. He did record it in New York, unfortunately, so not down in Memphis. And the B-side for Elvis's single was Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, Tutti Frutti, oh, Rudy. It's chosen by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of one of the 500 songs that shaped the genre of rock and roll. Both Carl Perkins and Elvis's versions are on the greatest 500 songs of all time list by Rolling Stone, which is kind of interesting because it's a list of 500 songs and 2 of them are the same. I don't know how many others that appears, but
probably none.
Carl's chilling at 95 and Elvis is back at 423. So you would think maybe like Carl would be 95, Elvis would be 96. Just
put them right there together.
Or just one slot.
423 feels really low.
Yes, but it is quite the iconic track that has left quite a legacy and did a lot for the genre of rock and roll that we know today. Only a 2-minute song, and it's got 2 guitar solos in it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It doesn't have very many words.
No, it doesn't have very many words, but still, like it feels like a complete song. I mean, even just for being 2 minutes, it's like, wow, the jam-packed nature of fitting in 2 guitar solos over across 2 minutes. There's so many 3-minute songs today that don't even have any instrumental. It's just all voice. It's always got to take your attention.
Everybody's yapping all the time.
Talking way too damn much. Shut up. So yeah, this kind of represents a nice little change from that. It's also it's very simple. It's very straightforward. Makes you want to get up and dance. Perhaps do the twist. Perhaps
twist again.
Yes, maybe the Texas twist, if you're perhaps in Dallas.
The Indonesian twist.
Twist around the world. But that's Blue Suede Shoes, and it's also referenced in another infamous Memphis track, "Walking in Memphis." It is the first line. We don't love that one, but
we don't just not love it. We are against it. You're either with me or you're against me. We are against "Walking in Memphis," and any Memphian would agree.
Indeed, it's just not good.
It's not good.
It actually gains today's spot as Mike's just not a J. Walking in Memphis.
Memphians hate it. Geographically, it makes no sense.
Nope.
Also, Mark Cole, his voice sucks.
He sounds talk about somebody sounds constipated.
Ugh.
That
The
brother.
Lone Star version is at least more tolerable. What is the word? Auditorially? Whatever I'm trying to say, it doesn't
More pleasing to the ear.
Yeah, but I still don't want to listen to it because
Not
the
really.
contents of the words
Yeah, no.
are ridiculous.
It is a bit ridiculous. But, great use for that song. Whenever you go to a Grizzlies game and the other team gets a traveling violation.
Yeah,
they'll
that's
play.
funny.
That's good. We support that.
That's funny.
What do you think about blue suede shoes, madam?
Well, I think it's a classic.
Feels like you should be, in a classic convertible on the way to the drive-in.
Mm-hmm.
Going down Route 66.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a Radiator Springs jam.
Of course.
It's gotta be.
Of course. The sheriff loves this song.
Oh, of course. So no, it's a classic. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. And now it's time for the segment portion of today's show. Kicking us off, as always, is Emma's Everyday Jam, the song that you've been regularly bumping and cruising along to this past week. What you got?
I'm listening to Christmas music, you guys.
Mm.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. It's also Christmas time in my house. My Everyday Jam is not Christmas in Hollis, although I have listened to it. I'm gonna pick my fave. I've talked about it before, y'all. Cold December Night. It's December 1st. Have I been listening to it already? Yes. Do I sometimes listen to it in the middle of the year? Yes. But tonight is the first cold December night of the year, so you better bump it.
I want it to last forever. 'Cause I don't wanna be alone tonight. I wear like a Christmas sweater, walk proudly to the mistletoe tonight. I want it to last forever. So kiss me on this cold December night.
Bump it louder.
Louder.
Bump it.
Louder.
No, that's pump it, but still
It's fine.
bump it. Now it's time for our major minor chords, a segment of the show in which we discuss our respective highs and lows for the week. What you got?
My minor is that I'm cold.
You could.
I'm cold, and it's
Cold.
making my skin horrible, and my nose keeps running, but I'm not sick, and I'm cold. But my major is that we're recording this, and tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I have the day off. Shockingly, super happy about that. I'm ready to eat some potato casserole, and I'm gonna have a great day.
Yeah, let's hear it for the bird and just eating a lot of food and not being judged for it. That's a big major for sure.
No, my minor, I take it back. My minor is that Mike is running a turkey trot tomorrow.
It has nothing to do with you. Stop acting so. That's my minor. How personal you've taken it. Like, this has nothing to do. I
don't
didn't
want
even
us to
ask
have
you.
future kids.
I didn't ask
and you try
to
to convince them to go run a 5K on
I
Thanksgiving.
didn't ask you to be there. I even said if the future that arrives, and I'm only doing this because I'm doing it with friends. This is a collective thing. If I continue to do this years from now or whatever, I will not be extending any invites. It will just be you can
Okay.
come if you want, and I have told you that.
Okay.
So that is a big minor that you were taking this so personally. I didn't even ask you to be there. Didn't even ask you to wake up. This has literally nothing to do with you. By the time I'll get back, you'll probably just be getting up. You probably don't even know. You won't even know I've been gone. So yes, that's a big minor. Let that go. Let that go. It has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, y'all. But major, definitely the bird and eating a lot of food. So that big cheers to that. And now it's time for our honorable mentions. The songs that almost made the cut or follow a similar rhyme or reason to today's episode. course, we talked about Elvis. We gotta talk about Whoa Mama. Go listen.
Oh, mama.
Go listen to "Burning Love" by Elvis.
Your kisses lift me higher, like the sweet song of a choir. You light my morning sky, burning love.
Keeping with the theme of Memphis, the second slot is going to the song that honors his property, "Graceland" by Paul Simon.
I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland.
And last, true Memphians know the duo by the name of 3-6 Mafia. You got to give Stay Fly a bump this week as you think about Memphis. So yeah, stay fly.
I gotta stay till I die. I gotta stay till I die. I gotta stay.
That's going to do it for us this week, folks. We appreciate the like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, listen, rating, all that good stuff. And we will see you next week for our last episode of the year.
Bye.